Cody Rhodes went on a podcast show and said that he believes one day MJF is WWE bound, and I don't disagree with that. I
I
don't.
think even a blind man could see this. I mean,
He's too big of a star.
not
He's just
I mean, that is true, but I would also say I've talked about this before, I think, where there are going to be some people who understand the constraints that come with being in AEW and going to WWE, how much more that will project them forward. And MJF is going to reach that ceiling in AEW fairly soon because there's only so much that you can do after you've been like every champion and you've been all sorts of different characters. And then it's like, okay, now what? Plus, he is the epitome of an Attitude Era kid who grew up wanting to be in WWE because he loved the company, he loved the business, he idolized wrestlers in WWE. He went to Kurt Hawkins wrestling school. He tried out for Tough Enough. He was a background security guard in a WWE
the
segment.
Samoa Joe thing is the
So,
best.
and it's like, so I feel like, yeah, it's going to happen eventually. Fortunately, he's only 27, so he has plenty of time. Like, he doesn't
Same
have
age.
to come here next year. But I do think, yeah, like Cody's gonna have more pull with a couple of these people. They're gonna see how he's been handled in WWE, and who better to convince them that the grass kind of is a little bit greener than Cody, who used to literally go on AEW television weekly and saying, fuck that other company. Like if he's then telling you, no, this is the place to be now, you're going to fit in perfectly. We already saw it with Jade. Jade literally went to WWE because of Cody, basically. It's inevitable. MJF is going to be there. Ricky Starks is going to be there. Who knows who else?
To me, the end goal for MJF will be Hollywood. He's just
Yeah, yeah,
destined to
yeah.
be a movie star.
Yeah.
The easiest way to launch that through wrestling is WWE. Look at
Mm-hmm.
what it did for the OG, my tribal chief, Sarah, Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Look at what it did for John Cena. I mean, make fun of him all you want, but The Miz is low-key a Hollywood star, maybe not on the silver screen. Is that for
Mm-hmm.
movies? Silver
Mm-hmm.
screen. But for reality shows, celebrity guest appearances. Miz is a 3 or 4 time MLB Celebrity All-Star. You know what I mean?
Well,
Like, it's stuff like that is you got to think that's where you're going. That's the avenue if you go to WWE, not AEW.
I don't know. I think that because of Triple H, the influence of Triple H, and I think the influence of John Cena, and then, I'm sorry, Cody Rhodes, and then the more, whenever Jade debuts and like starts to like build a career in WWE, she's gonna be an advocate too. Like, why would other people not listen to these people who started or had been in AEW for however long, jump ship, and now they're thriving? Like, why wouldn't you listen to them? Like, you're going to listen to them more than the people who have been in WWE their whole career, basically, because of course they're going to tell you it's fantastic,
Yeah,
but
they
they
don't know
haven't
anything different.
experienced anything else.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's inevitable,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be a move that really connects pop culture. I think MJF could be that guy that could really get the casual wrestling fans of years ago to hop back on. I truly
This
believe
would
that.
be like almost like a death sentence for AEW,
I
especially
don't
if
know
this
if it'd be a death sentence because
I
they'd
don't
still be a wrestling company, like
I
a
don't mean, I'm
wrestling.
saying if you're going to lose another top guy like that,
It makes it hard to recruit. I do give you that.
that's what I
It's
mean.
gonna make
Like,
them hard to
because
recruit.
if you keep building people up to be giant stars in your company, and then once they reach that peak, they're like, okay, I've gotten what I wanted out of this. Now I got to go to the major leagues to get even bigger. Like, that's it.
They
Almost feels
need,
like
yeah.
they're like NXT almost. It's like people are gonna go there, get to where they want to be, develop that star power, and then jump. Like, that's not a good look for
It's
them.
gonna be more guys like John Moxley and
Oh,
Daniel Bryan.
they'll be
Those
great.
guys, well, those types of superstars of the future. you know, those types of wrestlers for the future, that's where they'll thrive and become the
Yeah.
top
Yeah.
guy in wrestling in AEW, where WWE is really gonna separate themselves in the next few years as
Yeah.
the, you know, the top of the top, you know, not monopolize and not say, oh, we want it all, but when you think of wrestling, they want you to think WWE.